What's up, bitches? We're back. Fantastic video. Here today, I'm excited because we are less than a month away from fucking March Madness, baby. That was Dick Vitale, if you couldn't tell. Now, today, we're going to be talking about a little thing that I have actually been going a lot into recently. Been looking at... I quit. Anyways, we're back, bitches. Here we go. I had a short little inconvenience there. Anyways, we're back, though. Thinking about a lot this... What the fuck am I saying? Been thinking a lot about this lately, and it's NCAA basketball. And when I think about that, I think of the Cinderella stories. That every single year, we seem to get a team out there that is just crazy, doesn't belong there, but is in that Sweet 16, Elite 8, maybe even the Final Four. We had Loyola Chicago just a few years ago. And last year, we actually didn't really have anybody. But that means this year, we're going to get fucking crazy. So, today, I'm going to tell you about my few Cinderella teams that I think could actually make a possible deep run. And I mean a Cinderella team. Not a team that's like a 5 seed or some shit like that. And they're like, oh my god, I think Michigan could actually make a run. No. I mean, they have to make it, at least to win, obviously. But a Sweet 16 is generally what we're going for here. Now, I understand not all these teams are going to do it. But if I can't just one into the Sweet 16, I'll feel accomplished. So, here we go today talking about the Cinderella choices. In order for it to qualify for a Cinderella choice, the team has to be, when the seedings come out, has to be a double-digit team, and they cannot be in the Power 5 conference. If they're in a Power 5 conference, it is still a team that is capable because they're in that Power 5 conference. They've been fighting teams all year long. So like when Syracuse a few years ago was the 10 seed and made it all the way to the Final Four, I'm sorry, but that is not the Cinderella team that I'm talking about. When I'm talking Cinderella, I am clearly talking Cinderella story, a team that you would not expect, no Power 5 conference team. Like if I said this school, you'd be like, where the fuck is that? That's how you know it's a Cinderella team. First off, guys, a team that I've been really high on this year. These first 3 squads are the ones I'm on the highest, kind of all in the same point, but this is where I'm going first. First off, East Tennessee State, guys. Now, they have been good over the last few years, and they were actually in the tourney, was it last year? I don't remember, but this is their year. I've been watching it, I've been looking at it, and they are kind of tied in with these other two. I would say, honestly, they're probably third, and the other two are just slightly above. But East Tennessee State, I could really see them making a run here. I don't see them as more of like a Sweet 16 squad, but I definitely see them as going in for sure, getting a first-round upset, maybe even the second-round upset. But I really, really like East Tennessee State. They are 25-4 on the year. They are 14-2 in their conference, and they have a net rating of 39, which is actually pretty fucking solid for a team that is not in the Power 5 conference. They've had some fights. They've had some games that you're really like, wow, they were really tested. And I think this is going to be a good squad for the tournament and a definite upset pick. Second squad, probably the one I'm probably the highest on because I've seen them literally beat one of the best teams in the country, and that is Stephen F. Austin. I am always high on Stephen F. Austin, though, because they are constantly in the tournament, always upsetting teams, it feels like. It feels like it was just yesterday when they upset West Virginia. They seem to be always that team that gets the upsets. Every year, it feels like. Stephen F. Austin is, no matter what, though, still going to be a double-digit seed, and they are going to be dangerous for whoever they play. They are 24-3 on the year, 15-1 in their conference, and they have a net rating of 88. Yes, that's a lot less, but it's Stephen F. Austin. You seem to forget they also beat the number 1 team in the country at the time, Duke, back in November. They were the number 1 team in the country, and they beat them in overtime. Now, I'm understanding, yes, these are Power 5 conference teams. They slip up every night. We all saw what happened to Kentucky and Evansville. And that was a little worse, though, because Evansville is, sucks a dick, and Stephen F. Austin's actually good. But still, this team has been known for getting upsets in the tournament. So this is definitely a high Cinderella team pick that I am picking right now. And finally, my third big one that I really, really love, Northern Iowa. Another team that when you think about it, you're like, that's a team that gets a lot of upsets. I remember when they upset Kansas. I don't remember what year it was exactly, but they upset Kansas, who was the number 1 seed overall at the time. And I just was like, I'm in love. I fucking love this. But they're also the squad that lost a 12-point lead within 40 seconds. Or like 30 seconds to Texas A&M. And that is fucking embarrassing. Hopefully that doesn't happen this year and they can make a run into it. They are 23-5 on the year, 12-4 in conference play, a net rating of 46. I really like Northern Iowa. Those 3 schools are my 3 top Cinderella choices, and I really, really like them a lot this year. With my next pick, it's probably close to up there with those guys. I have Vermont. I really like Vermont a lot. They're 22-7 on the year, 12-2 in conference play, and net rating of 85. Obviously, a lot of these net ratings are going to be amazing just due to the fact of who they play. But Vermont is going to be a hard out. They are a good basketball team, and they are playing very, very well right now, exceptionally well. And it's just one of those squads that you really have to be worried about. And you're not really thinking about it in the first round, especially if you're like a 3, 4, 5 seed or something like that. You're like, I'm fine. If you're a fucking 6 seed, though, you really need to worry because those 11 seeds will fucking beat your ass every time. They are the #1 killer, and one of these teams could be it if they get good enough. But Vermont, for sure. Now, a team that was in the tournament last year and got an upset last year as a 12 seed, Liberty. Liberty is 26-3. They went 12-2 in their conference play so far this year, and they have a net rating of 51. They beat Mississippi State, who was a 5 seed last year, in the first round. They ended up losing in the second round, but they have almost all their talent back from last year, and some would say even better this year. Their talent has been grown another year. They are more on fire this year, and they have more chemistry now that they've been able to play another year together. This is another squad that could easily make a run. For sure, a win, possibly even 2. Those top 3, I really see them possibly getting those 2 wins, but any one of these guys, if they can get a win, I'm feeling good about it. Yale. Yale is my next school, and basically I do this almost every single year. Whoever wins the Ivy League, I always feel like it's just bound for an upset. They are just bound to get at least one upset. Probably nothing more, but at least one upset every year. Whether it's Harvard, Princeton, go fuck yourself, Cornell, anyone. This year it's Yale. It's been Yale and Harvard a lot lately, but Yale, I still remember when they upset Baylor a few years ago. That was an awesome game, and I always tie them to it. I remember when Harvard made it to the Sweet 16. I always say a few years ago, but at this point it's probably like almost a decade now. But still, it's just amazing things to watch, and I always tie the Ivy League to it. Yale is 20-6 on the year. They're 8-2 in conference play, a net rating of 60. They are a good basketball team. They really are. And they actually had one of their guys go draft in the second round last year, but their whole core talent is still there, and they're still playing basketball in an exceptional way. And I could see them easily getting a game in the NCAA tournament. Finally, I was going to stay stuck with those 6 teams, but I'm going to add one more. I was actually going to add 2 more, but one of them I was like, you know what? They've been fucking disappointments, so fuck Wichita State. You're not on the list. But finally, Rhode Island. I actually like Rhode Island a lot this year, guys. Now, they have been somewhat struggling a little bit lately. They've had some close ones. They lost to Davidson by 1, and then they beat Furman by 1. So, kind of close there. But they are 20-7 on the year, and they're also 12-3 in conference play. Net rating, I couldn't find it, so I don't know. But an amazing basketball team. I really, really like them. They're in a bigger conference than those guys are. They're in the Atlantic 10. So they have a chance of getting more than just one team in the conference, but they're still not in the Power 5. And they're a team that is tend to be forgotten. I like Rhode Island a lot this year. Maybe not as much as the guys I've put on top of them. But I liked it, guys, and those are my 7 squads that can be your Cinderella story this year. I'm sure there's a ton of amazing other basketball squads out there, but those are my 7 that I truly believe can get an upset in this tournament. Pay attention to those teams because they could make you possibly a lot of money or give you a lot of wins in your bracket. We'll see you next video.